Before we start, we have to be clear. Adam is the kid in the basement. I mean, look at him.
I'm here by
in
choice.
Your shed. In your shed.
I'm here by choice.
Listeners, I wish you could see this.
I can leave at any time.
No, that kid had a better setup.
Nice little bed, TV.
He had a water.
Would it kill my captor to put in a TV?
As much. I'll talk to your wife, dude. We'll get a petition going to get your wife to get you a TV out there, or at least a little thing to boil some water.
I don't know what this kid was so upset about. Like, he had a pretty sweet little pad.
We should set up this movie. So that basically, this movie is like a. It's Austria. It's an Austrian film from 2011 about a guy who's an insurance agent, and he's like a middle class, boring guy, very boring. He's balding.
German.
Is probably in his late 30s. Austrian.
Austria, Germany. Come on.
Just also
immediately corrects me and is wrong. Just like jumping tag teaming.
He just tag teamed himself, dude.
Look, Austrians and Germans are very similar. Okay, I can't tell you the difference between them. All I know is Austria is like a richer, more refined, fancy country.
It's the Germany that's in like the Swiss Alps. You know, it's
it's trying too hard to be Australia with its name.
Yeah.
It's like, get over yourself, Australia.
Every decade they get another letter that gets them closer to being Australia.
And this guy, he lives
that's how it works. You conquer another country and you take their letters.
He lives a simple life.
Our letters, dude.
Another movie that's really influential on this is like Taxi Driver, which is like you get to be in the mind of like you're stuck with this guy.
Yeah.
And you watch him do everything in his life.
God.
And the way the movie starts is, so the first time I heard about this movie, it played at Cinefamily, and it was
interesting title of the theater for this movie to play at Cinefamily.
I saw the trailer, and TJ Miller was there to drop a name, and he was like,
"Wow, what?"
And he was beating up somebody.
He was saying that.
There was like 5 people in the theater, and he was just sitting in the back row. He was like, "What was that?" But the trailer's just the intro. The trailer's just the intro for the movie. It's the first minute, which is you see a guy come home, and he lives in a very boring house, very simple. But then he closes the garage doors, his car goes in, and then he closes the blinds with like a metal grate. And
he
then
flicks a switch, and they all like kind of lower at once.
He has like a fortress, like a compound, but it's just a nice middle class home. And then he cooks some food, but then you see he's setting table for 2. And then he goes down to his basement and unlocks this giant door with this giant lock. And he says, like, come out or whatever, like food's ready. I forget. And TJ Miller was like, what?
He goes, I remember exactly what he said in that line. It's one of my favorite lines because it's the first time you realize there's a kid in the basement, and he opens the door and he goes, "Soup's on."
Come and get it.
So yeah, it's about a guy. This
that's
guy.
That's all I had.
Okay.
He's got.
Brian's going on 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I was up till 8 a.m. watching this movie. You know how weird it is to watch the sun come up while watching a pedophile movie? It's oddly beautiful. It's a new, fresh day.
Well, you texted us that you started watching it at like 2:30 a.m. So.
Oh yeah. Actually,
you were kept.
No, I finished at 4, and then I was playing Pokemon till 8.
So in Austria, there's
I had just repeated some of my favorite scenes. This movie's got a lot of repeat scenes.
Oh yeah,
like when they're cleaning his little room.
Well, you're trying to
in his hut.
You got to keep that room clean. So
yeah.
This movie is clearly based on and inspired by the Joseph Fritzl case, that was in Austria, and in 2008
Adam Bauer's account.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Hey, if anybody is the guy in this movie, it's
Adam.
No, you're the kid. William is definitely the guy.
Yeah,
you're the kid in the shed.
Yeah, it's basically what William does to me on this podcast. It's kind of the same.
The door's open. You can leave anytime. That's the creepy
That's the
part.
fucked up thing, yeah.
So Joseph Fritzl he was a weird, creepy guy who had his daughter held captive for 24 years and kept her in the basement. And then
That's kind of weird and creepy.
No, you're
So
thinking
after
of
that-
Barbarian.
after that story in 2008, there just became a shit ton of movies like this. And this is like the artsy, you know, slow, methodical, kind of it's slow, but it's still kind of entertaining. It's not that difficult of a movie to watch. Like that's one thing I was thinking about when I was
They
watching
don't
it.
show any like there's no like hardcore touch it. Like there's no actual pedophilia
or violence.
or
Yeah,
violence.
the only stuff you
well,
really see is
I mean, he gets hit by a car.
but not violence towards the kid. But the
Yeah.
only stuff you really see is like stuff, these like
It's
domestic
disturbing,
scenes with
bro.
the guy and the kid,
Domestic,
like,
that's what it
where
was.
he's like basically being the dad, and he's being like
No,
a stern
it was like
dad.
a couple, dude. It
But,
was
like-
like
It's both.
Whoa,
he's like the boyfriend and the dad.
now you're catching on, Ryan.
Well, and this kid is like, that. Okay, who are these actors?
Well, there's one other
Who's-
thing I want to talk. I want to say
Okay,
before we go
okay.
to the actors. There's a special holiday in this movie. Yeah, this month we're watching movies from this holiday. Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out what the connection was because he's at the coffee shop getting coffee with his sister, who has
And
a
they
kid.
exchange gifts.
And they exchange gifts. But he was like, "What is your?" I assume his nephew.
Yes.
He's like, "What does he want?" And then she's like, "Oh, this new toy or whatever." And then he immediately cuts to like a scene of him giving that toy to his little kid in his basement.
No, it's the new Harry Potter.
Harry
Or
Potter
the
5.
Harry Potter 5, yeah. So it's like
Um,
he's just
He gives them
doesn't
both the
know-
same gift.
Yeah.
No, he knows he knows kids.
He knows
No, no,
kids.
no.
Yeah, that's
He
what
knows-
I meant. Like he knows kids. He can
And he's always asking
It's
about
fucking
kids.
creepy.
If anyone has a kid, he's like interested, but he plays it so well. He's really good at hiding it. And
I don't
this
think so,
actor-
man. I think he looked like a pedophile. Like I would profile
Of
that.
course,
dude.
of course.
He
But
kind
he's
of looked
not
like somebody I know, honestly.
That's
Who's
called a
that?
mirror.
No,
It's funny. He looks
No,
exactly
not
like
me.
Adam's wife, who is balding, wears a tan jacket.
Kind of reminds me of someone.
for the record, he looks
Oh.
like William.
She's an insurance
He
agent.
looks
or
like
whatever.
William. If the guy had if the guy looked more like a pedophile, he would look like William.
If the guy had more style,
A little
he'd look like
mustache.
William.
Get a little mustache on that guy.
What do you
and
think of the
got
cast overall of
Get a
this
little
movie?
tiny
the host of this
stash.
podcast?
What do you think of the actors in this movie?
The
Ryan?
kid was amazing. I mean, there was nothing really to act. They were just acting.
But think
normal.
about the
Like, they were
people who
just-
are cast in the roles.
They were all playing it straight. Like there was no crazy characters or nothing.
Well, that's because the
Say
director
that
of this
again?
movie, was a casting agent, so he knows a lot about actors. So he seemed to be very particular about who he cast, and he wanted to make everybody look realistic.
Everyone looked straight off the street. That's why I was asking. Like, did they go on to do other movies? The main guy and
The
the boy?
lead, the lead actor is in a lot of stuff in Austria, stuff I've never seen, and then the child never acted again. But I looked up his Instagram, and
He never acted again. Like, how did he get in there?
his Instagram is cool. He's just like a bro. It says David Rockenberger, artist, passion for sports, creative process.
Well,
not
did they?
the kid who played, not an act. A kid who was
Not-
an actor in a pedophile movie.
'Cause I thought he was amazing in that movie. In this movie,
Yeah, he's good.
But he's like how old
thought
is he?
like
11?
above-
He's like
I thought
11.
like- yeah.
12.
So and there was really no acting. He just has to like play it normal.
No,
I'm
there's
glad he-
acting.
I'm glad he's got a good.
No, it's
a good
acting,
life.
but he played a really good, like, smart kid that seemed to know what was going on.
Honestly, like if you are going to put your kid in the child acting industry, which
It
is
looks
like
like he's
full
living
of
a good life. for him.
pedophiles and stuff, probably the safest thing you can put him in is a movie where he's like raped repeatedly by a pedophile, because it's like people aren't going to be like,
That's funny because
hey.
aren't you're in the process of casting a movie like that right now, right, Adam? So if anybody's listening and has their kid,
Come on down
Adam
to
is
Adam's
so-
shed.
yeah, Adam is soliciting auditions currently. Open auditions, open call,
that's not true.
perennial
Come on down to
casting.
Adam's shed.
The funny
But
thing to
that's a-
say, but it's wildly untrue.
There's a little bit of truth in humor, though. You are casting for a movie.
No, I'm not. I don't feel any obligation to yes and this kind of shit.
Why? And
I want to say, yeah.
Come on, tag team me.
No, why?
Tag team.
Hey, I'm gonna hold up my sign saying no.
He's trying to keep it incognito, Ryan.
Yes, and is just a different way of saying tag team.
William's jumping in front of this a little bit because he knows that he's the target to be like, hey, you're the pedo. This is William's recommendation. He's the guy that looks like a pedophile that is definitely the most likely to be one out of the three of us.
Hanging out at a roller rink for sure.
He goes to the beach and he's wearing shoes.
Okay, so I just made the joke saying hanging out, referencing when he was hanging out at the roller rink trying to get a second kid, a brother for his.
He wasn't
kid.
a roller rink. He was at a go-kart
or a go-kart spot.
Can we hold on? You're getting way ahead of it.
Adam,
go ahead.
The last text, one of the last texts Adam sent me was, "Hey, are you going to be in town? Because I'm going to be in Austin, and let's go to Blazer Tag."
He likes laser
tag.
I like laser.
Adam hangs out at laser.
I'm just curious. Young at heart.
Adam watches cartoons.
I watch cartoons with my child.
You only watch cartoons, and you cry. You told us you cried watching Cars.
That's true. I did. There is a part of Cars that makes me cry, dude. If you watched it, you fucking.
What part?
Too.
Tell us.
Well, there's a part where
I hope it's a Larry the Cable Guy I've seen.
The history of Radiator Springs, the town, and it's to like a James Taylor ballad. It's like finely tuned to make grown men cry.
There's just a bunch of black cars that move in, and
that's basically
all the white cars drive away. The town dies.
Basically, that is kind of what happens.
It's the story of a Midwestern town.
Yeah, you kind of nailed it, honestly. So
and then funny, cool white cars move in, and they're just like having fun on the warehouses, taking over.
Yes,
playing hip music, having underground shows, and then the high rises come in.
Little mopeds.
Story of America, really. That's what I imagine.
Cars really is the story of America. So you joke, but there's nothing funny about Cars.
I think
there's
Pixar,
a couple funnies. They make fart
except for
jokes.
Larry the Cable Guy is very fun.
Pixar should play the race card more.
Treasure.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Pixar needs to play the race card.
Race card.
They need to play the race car and the race card.
I'd watch that movie, time. Race Cards.
Oh yeah, Race Card.
Race Cards.
And it's about
it's a race war in a town. Radiator Springs prequel. It's kind of like Birth of a Nation. But anyway,
whoever can win the race, whoever
this
can
guy
drive fast enough through the desert wins. But one of the cars has a big heavy chain and ball attached to it. Has a boot. It has a boot on its tires for about 400 years, or about 400 years ago.
I see.
Damn, that would be cool. Chain. What about chains? It's the story of a chain. That's like sad that it's like
it's a story
on a chain gang.
Man in chain.
That could be a
hey. Okay,
that could be cute.
Do we know who this kid is? Speaking of chains and chained up.
We never find out. We don't get a lot of information. The movie starts. It's the guy's got the kid in the basement, and we just watch the day-to-day lives. And I guess the story encompasses a few months, 2 or 3 months. It's not very long.
The story follows the guy. It doesn't follow the kid.
Well, it does follow the kid. It does this thing. It follows the guy way more, but it does do this thing where it will show the guy at work, and then like the next scene, and all of these scenes are like shots are like 5-minute one takes. They're not literally 5 minutes, but they're long. Like they're long one take slice of life. Like the kid just literally playing with a car or playing with like an ornament.
Yeah, the camera barely moves
for like 90 seconds.
There's no score.
You could watch this movie at like 1.5 speed.
Like it kind of sucks you in.
And it'd work. Actually,
it truly is kind of hypnotic. I thought I was gonna hate it a lot more. As I always say, I thought I was gonna hate it a lot more than I did. I mean, I really hated the subject matter.
And you're like, this is giving me some interesting thoughts.
Well, it has tension. There's always tension in the scene, so they don't have to do a lot. They don't have to like add like zooming in and like melodrama and like crazy lighting. I didn't know if it was gonna go
sci-fi. Not sci-fi, but when he was shutting the things down, there was a part of me that was hoping, Because in our group text, you're like, it's
There'd be a
not
lot
a
of science
pedophile.
fiction.
It's not science fiction. But I was like, it'd be cool if like they set it up where it's like, oh, this is creepy. He's got this kid in the basement and he's feeding it. But then like
He goes like, beam me up, and
the
then he
kid's
gets
a monster
put on
or
a start.
something. Like he's got to
That's
keep the kid.
spaceship.
He's keeping the kid in there for everybody's own safety. He's not molesting him.
The kid's
Oh,
just
he's
evil.
a hero.
The kid's like a vampire or something, or I don't know, something stupid.
So let's talk about the first like 10, 15 minutes of the movie because this is really important. Like we set up, he makes dinner, tells the kid to come out, they have dinner. The kid wants to watch TV, right? So they watch a little TV and they sit on the couch together,
He
and
says
then
only
it's
till
like
9 or whatever.
Yeah,
and
he's
then it's
he's kind of a militant pedophile.
and then he turns the TV off, and the kid's like upset because he wants to keep watching. And the kid goes to bed, and then he just watches TV by himself for like a bit. And then
what a dick, by the way.
And then
He's
you
an
see
asshole.
Yeah,
Then he
this
goes
guy's
down-
not, bro.
This guy is not a
He's
good
not
guy,
a great
trust
guy.
me.
And then he goes
Trust me.
downstairs. He goes downstairs and opens the door, and then it cuts to him washing his dick in the sink. And that's when you know, okay, he is a pedophile.
William, do
do-
you remember that you showed me that part?
I hated that, man.
We watched until
I
that
hated
part
that so much.
one time, like years ago.
But then that's
check
like the
this out.
only. That's like one of the only.
that good?
There's one other scene where they make it very apparent.
Yeah.
Oh,
talk
where
about
he
that in a
like-
bit.
But
Yeah,
we'll talk
we'll
about
get to
that.
it.
But that when that happened, it was like, okay. So they
It's only
didn't. They're not even gonna let. They're not
Okay.
even gonna let me. They're not even gonna let me have my flight of fancy and hope that this is not gonna be exactly what this movie is.
But this movie does play with your
Your
expectations.
flight of fancy.
Because
flight of
next
fancy.
well, the next time that this is
He's
like,
not really a
better
pedophile.
movie.
Maybe his dick is. Maybe he just has a bleeding cock, and he just needs to
yeah,
wash
and that's
it.
what that's.
yeah,
He's just going
into
sore.
his
No, the
highly
kid's
secured
a
door.
vampire. The kid's a vampire, right? And he can only drink penis blood. So he's
Wow.
being not like he.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
He's keeping the
Keeping
kid
him off the
locked up.
streets,
It's
thank God.
profound.
No, but this movie does play with the expectations though, because like the next day after you see him at work and stuff like that, then he's gonna like start his night again where this is like something he does nightly. At the end of the night, he brushes his teeth and he goes down and fucks,
Yeah, he
child.
cleans up and then gets dirty.
But then the second time when he goes down, because you're like, oh fuck, are we gonna like see it this time or something like that? But he goes down and the kid is sick.
Like really sick.
And then so he's like, he has to like take
Yeah.
care of him.
And he's got the flu?
There's one thing I want to circle back to.
He has to
So
learn how to be a dad.
after he has sex with them and watch and like wipes his dick or whatever, he has a little notebook, and then he opens it up, and you could see that he has the day's event. It's like dinner, work, TV, and then he just puts like an X in the notebook. So I guess so every time he has sex with a kid, he writes X. He like tracks it and then keeps it in a little notebook.
This guy's kind of
and
OCD.
You can see. I tried to see if there was more X's.
There's
Like if
not.
you could see the rest of it, like if when he's opening it, if you could see other pages, that would have been
Which is
that
all
means.
lots and
It's
lots
just
of X's.
blacked out. One's just blacked out.
What I think it means, Adam, is he likes to keep a tight hole,
He's a tight
Whoa.
hole, man.
You know what I mean? You get a Porsche, you don't wear that thing out going
See,
driving
this is-
to work, commuting.
You don't pedal to the metal.
You really
out of the
can
fucking
bring
gate.
you can really bring some wisdom to this kind of thing. William.
We call
I
them
would have never
Wilsons.
thought of that in a million years. Be like, why are there more X's? But now that you say it, it makes perfect sense.
It's just logic.
You got to pace yourself. Too much of a good thing.
Exactly,
Very-
Ryan. I
very
mean,
smart.
you don't want to wear it out, so he keeps him in good condition. But
Well, okay,
Good
so the
stuff,
kid's
guys.
sick.
This
The
is
kid's
good.
sick, and so the kid's sick. He gives him medicine. Brings him some soup, some water, a hot towel to put on his head, whatever. So he's like, oh, he's gonna take care of him because he needs to keep him alive. And then he immediately drives to the woods and digs a grave.
yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
got to have a backup plan.
I know he's like very meticulous with like and he's so nonchalant about it. Like
So,
this
yeah,
is probably
that-
not the first time. And then
I know a guy
Well,
who
and then he gets hit by a
hold on.
car.
hold
So
on.
the kid's just sick for like 3 days by himself while he's lounging in a hospital.
Yes, and the kid's like starving. I know a
It's like,
guy who
Right here.
He's not
who got a
starving. He has
car
like plenty
and
of food in there.
someone dinged his car and he didn't like how it was dinged and had a dent. So he literally like went in an alleyway and like crashed it and like destroyed the car and then had the insurance pay him completely out.
Who
That's
was it?
cool.
What's his first and last name?
Insurance fraud's cool. Cool thing to talk about on a podcast.
Well, isn't
There's
this
just a lot of
pedophile
parallels
and
between
it's,
owning a car and owning this kid. I just gotta say. I mean, I'm really now that my gears are turning, I'm really starting to make cool connections.
I'm starting to see why you like the movie
cool.
Cars so much, Adam.
Because he's
So you
Adam,
just look
the
at these
movie
cars.
is
You
about-
just look at
those
these cars
look
as
like
little
people.
boys. Little
Yeah.
boys.
To Adam, he just sees a movie full of people.
Ryan,
A
why the
movie
fuck are
full
you
of boys.
making the thing on this episode that I am
Because the
pedophile?
connection was too obvious with the joke, you dingus.
Well, I don't like it one bit. This is
Well,
supposed
you're
to be
the
the
one that likes
podcast where we talk
cars.
about William being a pedophile the whole time.
He definitely is. Like that Gummo poster behind him is a secret door that has like 4 or 5 children in there, probably from Filipino kids or some shit.
Yeah.
Look, he whipped his head. When I said that, he
That's
whipped
how
his head like he.
My
You just had to make
Shawshank
sure it was
Redemption
closed. Yeah.
secret. Just opens it up. There's just like a Filipino family.
Yeah, behind a poster.
Like, but living
Really
comfortably, just live like make it watching TV. They got like a living room. It's like Fraggle Rock.
William takes
But-
care of him.
it's like Fraggle Rock, but with the whole family.
Dude, Fraggle Rock, but it's just kids. The old man and the dog keep in their basement.
God damn.
There's a lot of movies like this. Remember Room?
Yes.
That came
Yeah.
out. That came out a
That
few
was a
years
book.
ago.
That
That's
has like
more
a
like.
triumphant escape and stuff, though.
So does this one.
Yeah.
Not really.
Maybe we don't know if
And-
the kid's alive or dead.
The movie doesn't give you that satisfaction.
Doesn't
What's
really
better,
give you any
to
satisfaction.
make a movie about it's the movie about similar subject matter, although
Yeah.
she's an adult.
Yeah, the kid's not getting raped in Room, right?
No, the girl did.
The girl
and then
is.
had a kid.
Captain
Yeah,
Marvel.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
Captain
that
Marvel.
kid,
Another great film.
that was Captain Marvel,
Where's that on the Sight and Sound? Yeah,
number 2,
should be.
because it's a giant piece of number 2.
Whoa.
Oh,
I could be a critic.
number
I don't
2.
know.
This movie's a fucking dump. Am I right?
When
Weird.
does he get hit by what's going on?
So he
Are you
gets hit by
huffing
the
ether?
Yeah, you have like a
William
hanky.
keeps putting
William
up
has
a
hanky.
but he's
He's got wet
he's
lips.
holding it under his
From his-
oh, okay.
Well, yeah, you gotta dry him off. Give him a little dab. You're a good guy to have a hanky, I think, William.
Well,
Thank
he's
you.
dabbing himself
work.
off like he's a
I'm wiping
Bernie
cum off
Mac
my
from
just
a
getting
Bernie
that.
Mac from 1982. He's dabbing his head up.
He's just wiping away the drool from
I
talking
ain't
about
Wiping
this.
away the
I
cum.
ain't scared of your sweat.
Oh, we're talking about this movie and it's making you
Yeah,
salivate.
he's perspirating and salivating. He's just leaking.
William said this I was texting William earlier this week. I was like, I don't want to watch this movie. Like, got a kid
Like
and
Adam
stuff. Like,
does.
I'm not trying to like.
Just all boring.
I'm just like,
No,
I
I
wasn't
agree
pumped
with
to watch
Adam.
this
I agree
movie.
with Adam. I wasn't.
And William
either.
was like,
This is gonna be hard.
William was like, no, this is a good movie. It's good to watch challenging
It's-
movies.
it's not challenging. It's filmed really good. It wasn't that challenge. I don't understand challenge. What it was challenging about it.
To William, it was like one of those do not come challenges.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it like a no nut November?
So you didn't want to
situation?
watch it, but it wasn't challenging for you to watch it. Cool.
I didn't want to watch it, and it
What?
wasn't
I
that challenging. You sent.
You're
a
like,
link.
I
didn't
don't
even
wanna
have to go
watch
look
it.
it up.
You're like, I don't think I can watch this.
If you
movie.
didn't
and
send-
then I was
if
like,
you-
well, it's challenging. It's good for you.
No, I just wanted to say the do not come challenge thing. That's all
I just
mean,
don't want to watch
all
movies
good.
about pedophile and rape
Well, this was Adam's idea. Adam was
every
like,
fucking week.
No
there's
way.
been Adam has said like we should do a month of movies by accused pedophiles.
I
He
said
did
that
say
one
that.
time on on a text.
You brought it up a lot. You're like, when are we going to do all the pedo movies?
He did send us. He had a whole dry erase board.
Don't
He
listen.
thinks this is funny. No, he really did say this. I'm not even joking. This is a real thing he said.
I don't think no.
You did, and then you think it's funny.
It completely differently. I brought it up once. I was like, oh, that could be
accused
something.
Pedophiles. Movies by real. He wanted to watch Clown House. He's like, when are we doing Clown House? I want to be chilled.
Yeah, I wanted to be chilled.
So we could watch all the X-Men movies. We could watch Ghost Dad.
Yeah, definitely. Basically,
we could watch any Woody Allen movie.
Yeah,
he does. But
just an idea.
I didn't want to watch Clown House. I just wanted
to be chilled.
So this movie, which isn't no one's actually a victim in this movie. It's all actors pretending. It's completely make believe. Adam is like, I don't want to watch this.
I just was like not pumped to watch it. Okay,
that's not crazy, William. I was also not pumped to watch this. When you say, "Hey, you want to watch this pedophile movie?" It's weird if somebody's like, "Oh my god."
Are you glad you did watch it?
I don't know. I mean, not really. It was good. Those long takes were like
happy.
The directing and the filming was great, but it didn't have to be this subject matter. If they're like, and
we want to watch a Christmas movie.
You know, what was the point they were trying to get across?
I was thinking about this movie. We kind of got away from it.
I do real quick. I do think, Adam, as a parent, you should watch this. I would say parents should watch this movie because it's a real good. I know it's all fake and whatever, but it's a real good like. Hey, these guys are out there and they're just normal, doing their normal job, doing their normal shit. They're out there and watch your kids. If you're going go-karting with your kids, don't let them walk away with a stranger, you dummy.
I thought you were saying you wanted me to watch it for like parent tips. He's not a bad
Adam.
parent.
You know, when you're a kid,
besides the one thing.
You know, when you're a kid and you would borrow a video game and you're like, hey, let me borrow a game. And you and your buddies would like borrow a game. Adam is constantly letting strangers borrow his son. Doing little tricks.
He's borrow that kid.
He's like, hey, that's a nice kite. Want to take? Can I borrow that kite? I'll lend you my child.
Nah.
People still fly kites.
We're cutting that.
Thankfully,
because I told you no, we're cutting this part out.
Fly kites?
Thankfully, Adam's son is incredibly ugly, and no man would ever borrow him.
Okay, you got it out, but we're cutting this part out anyway because you got. You can't. I don't want you to do these.
Okay, what's the scene where he gets hit by the?
I'm not saying he was a pet. Look,
hold on. We gotta get a stitch point now because William broke a rule.
We are not cutting that.
Yes, we are cutting it.
Either way. Let's move on from it.
Okay.
You buds.
No cuts.
Cut.
No
yes,
butts.
Cuts. No butts.
It's the truth.
You know what
what is the truth?
You wanted to borrow a kite
you idiot.
at the park. You were at the park. You wanted to borrow a kite, and in exchange, you offered your son.
But the second part is not true.
You offered your son. I'm just reporting the facts. Okay.
I just wanted to fly a kite.
Oh, go
buy a kite.
Or something.
No, they're expensive.
It'd be cool if you could borrow.
To get a good kite, it's a lot of money.
It'd be cool if you could borrow money against your child, like a house, like a second mortgage on a kid.
If the housing market doesn't do well, it's like you give the bank your kid.
What if in this movie there's some guy,
and then they're just like little kid goblins that just work and count money all day? Count
Ryan's brother is requesting access to Black Adam on Dropbox because I guess Ryan sent him.
No, that was my dad. Yeah, I sent it to my dad.
Oh, that's your
Devin
dad.
County requested access.
I told you that. I told you I was going to send it to him.
That's awesome. I'd like to access as well.
I didn't think he needed to accept access though.
My dad would enjoy it.
I just forwarded it.
Kevin County is requesting access to Michael.
I should have just sent him the file.
That it was Ryan's brother, and then his dad wouldn't be that stupid. No,
he's approved.
You can do. He's approved, y'all. You heard it here. What if he just hacks William right now? I thought I sent him just the link, to be honest. I do, or just the file. But I think I just forwarded it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
No problem. He'll love it. It's a good movie.
It's a great movie for a dad.
It's just an awesome movie.
That movie is about a pedophile.
My brother's name is Adam, though. That would be funny if he wanted to watch it just because it's called Black Adam.
I just think it's
Yeah.
weird
Oh,
that
that would
Adam.
be
I
cool.
can't. Adam can make pedophile jokes about me. He can call me a pedophile the whole time. But I
Yeah.
bring up the fact that he wanted to borrow a kite. This is over the line.
Yeah.
Stop bringing it back, by the way.
I guess
I
we
mean,
can't cut it.
William's got a
because
little bit of
it's-
he's got a little bit of a point there.
You know,
Adam.
Cool.
there's lines.
You
in
got to
the
pick a
sand.
lane, dude. You got to pick a lane because
So-
right now you're just freaking all over.
That's true.
You know,
Are you pro or anti-pedophile? I don't know where we're at.
Anti.
That's a
Anti
tough
for
question.
sure.
That's a tough question.
Definitely
tough-
anti.
Did
That's
you
a
say
tough
hentai?
question.
Definitely anti. Hentai pedophile.
Anti-pedo
Hentai
porn.
pedophile.
You know,
So it's fine, morally, I guess, if they're because they're cartoons.
That's true. That's honestly like these pedophiles got to do something about
live in
their-
a world without Jerry Lee Lewis. How could I live?
in the
It's
news.
Live in a world without Michael Jackson, Thriller.
Yeah, I could do
I'd
that.
rather die.
How could I go without the song PYT, Pretty Young Thing?
Those kids are kind of making a sacrifice for all of us, honestly. If we
Our
are all
Cal-
can be just okay with it, we can keep enjoying this great music.
The remix to Ignition is now off limits.
Hot and fresh out my kitchen? No, thanks.
That's a hell of a song.
Yeah, dude.
That's tough. It's like I
Isn't
don't.
Woody
I hate
Allen
to
still
think.
making? Isn't Woody Allen still making movies?
Yes, he has one. He said he's not retiring. He's gonna keep making movies until both of his eyeballs are crooked.
That's a
He's
quote.
currently at one. Right.
Somebody
now.
should help him out with that.
Yeah, he does.
It's like an old dog with his eyeball is like busting out of his head and it's all swollen
Good,
and like milky.
because he's a demon, dude.
His butthole is probably
Why do you
falling
say that?
out
Because
too.
he's Jewish, Ryan? It's not. That's dude. He's
Because
not
he
a demon
because
just
he
because he's Jewish.
because he adopted a kid.
Okay, Kanye.
He's Jewish.
Woody Allen's Jewish.
That's crazy.
Well, hold on. What?
He's
Okay,
not
so I
Southern
got two.
Baptist?
I got two reasons now why I think he's a demon.
Double demon.
Damn, dude. That's pretty tight. Imagine two demons.
That'd be sick.
Doing
They're
what?
sucking each other off and stuff.
I
Adam.
wasn't gonna say that, but
Adam, come on, you have a kid. You don't want him hearing this stuff.
yeah.
That's true.
It'd be cool if you could have a
take
clone
that
of
back.
yourself and raise him as a
I
child.
take that back. I take back what I already said and was recorded down into audio.
I take back the demon sucking each other off being cool thing.
Well, I take it back from taking it back, and I add a third demon sucking one of the demon's ass.
Whoa.
Maybe they're just driving around in a cool car. Maybe they're going on a ski trip.
Oh my god!
There's a great
This
scene in this
fucking
movie
guy.
where he goes
This
on a
guy's
ski
a
trip
loser, dude. He's
with his
such a
brother.
loser.
because you're
Oh,
like
that's his
he has
brother.
he has friends, but at the end of the movie you realize it's his brother. So
And his brother's friends, yeah.
he buys all this food and he fills up the kids' like cabinet with like a bunch of this really gross like meat loaf looking shit. I looked it up. I couldn't figure out. It's like terrine. It's just like it's like this gross looking meatloaf thing, and like the kid cooks it by pouring boiling water on it, and so yada yada yada. The guy goes on a ski trip with these two dudes. One is his brother, and he's really bad at skiing, and so you watch him like get frustrated and like fall down and like get stuck, and he's having a and he has a really hard time. He's just such a fucking lazy
He's a loser,
fuck.
dude.
That was pretty
He is a
satisfying
loser.
to watch him struggling like that after all the child rape and stuff.
Well, yeah, and then
But-
when he gets hit by the
You're
car
like,
and
"Haha,
stuff, like
yes."
They go drinking, and he makes by playing cool and like aloof, he comes across as the cool guy, and I guess he's the single one. But
Oh
he
yeah,
ends up
lady wants to fuck him.
he starts
Yeah.
chatting with this woman who's like the barkeep. And
She knows how to pick him, this lady.
And-
jeez, dude, I feel so bad for her.
And she starts talking about her kid, and he's like, "Oh, very interesting." And her kid goes to like boarding school and all this stuff. So I guess he's like, the gears are turning. He's already thinking like, how could I
Well, yeah, he's like, he's like
this
getting
work?
details, information, and he's like, when is summer? So he comes back for summer, or like he's asking too many odd questions about the kid, too specifically about the
Right.
kid.
No, I don't think so. I think he's asking just the right amount. It's just that we know that as viewers.
Yeah, that's fair.
But he is really good at keeping it a secret and hiding it. And
He's very
but then
meticulous.
Well, he just doesn't talk to anybody. It's not that hard to keep a secret when you don't interact with people.
this movie has a way of having scenes, then like cuts to reveal the next thing. So then it just cuts, and then he's like having sex with her.
We're
And
trying to. We can't get it
I'm
up.
trying
he
to.
can't get it up. So it's like creepy because like he has the ability to like attract a woman, but you
He's
know,
just not into it.
He's not into it.
She's just not that into it.
Yeah, well, you have a girlfriend, William.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Well,
She came up to him in a bar and he was playing it.
When's our kid from?
Only asking. He was asking exactly the right questions about her kid. Not too much.
So what color was the kite? It was like a big red.
You guys are
Don't know. We're cutting that.
A big red kite with like a nice tail on the end. Are you like the boat, like the tail with all the?
Is it shaped like a
frilly bits?
stingray?
Yeah. Really cool.
Okay. I see your game.
Oh, my dad just texted me,
Ow.
said he had to get access.
I approved him. Tell him to try again. Kevin County, you're about to be entertained to death. I predict on the next Sight and Sound
Share your
poll,
pants, Kevin.
Black Adam will be on the list. It won't be number one, but it will be on there. I guarantee
Cool.
it.
Where?
On
I
the
figure like
list.
a 15 to 20, maybe.
42?
Right behind Seven Samurai.
Cool.
Cars will not make the list.
Hold on a second.
Cars is on its own list.
Yeah.
Greatest film of all time.
Cars is the first Pixar
One.
movie I couldn't finish. I watched every
why?
Pixar movie, and this one I just turned it off after the opening scene. I was like, what a pile of shit.
Opening is
You
great.
didn't even get to the little lamp jumping on the Pixar.
It's creepy. It's like Cars.
So what? Who cares if it's creepy?
Something
Are you
like a
fucking
retarded
Twitter
person.
person
A
on Twitter or something
retarded
like that?
person would think it's cool.
I don't think
I have
it's cool, but if you gotta like make it's all about how much you can make a movie, the premise of a movie work. And it's like if you're just gonna inherently be like,
Calm
oh,
down.
this is weird. Why do they
You're
have
popping a
mouths?
vein. Popping a vein. You're getting excited.
I'm pissed, dude. Quit shit
How many
talking that
times?
great
How many
film.
times a week do you go to the Cars Land at Disney
I've been
just to have a
couple times.
drink?
Yeah, just relax.
You
for
just
a
go
little
and
bit.
have a drink and lean against the tow truck, Larry the Cable Guy tow truck, and just kick it.
I wait till my kid's in daycare and then I go by myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're just hanging out.
Yeah,
cool.
I
It's got
just
that something for
thought
everybody.
they looked stupid, and I thought the characters were bad, and
Well, you watched it for 5 minutes, but it's cool.
it just looked like
Why
A
do we
movie
talk about
scared.
Cars so much?
He just got scared that he would like it.
It seems like you were a little out challenged.
Also, this
Was-
guy's
the
watching
movie
this
was too
movie without a
challenging for you,
child,
William?
by the way. I've been watching these movies with a child because I have a child. William is watching these movies without a child, then turning them off after 5 minutes and being like, this sucks. This movie
Well,
sucks. This
I'm
is
not
weird.
interested.
This is weird.
I don't watch movies like that when I try to
Only
seduce
like a
children.
stupid, underdeveloped human would like this.
Yeah. You're gonna hang out with my kid and be like, that's what you like? Those are the movies you like? Talking to a baby.
Dude, babies
No,
are so
your
fucking
kid's not
stupid, dude.
30.
He
38.
gave Frozen 2 a 2 stars. I saw it.
Frozen 2?
No,
I blocked.
Frozen 1,
I
2
blocked
stars.
Adam
Frozen
on
1's
Letterboxd.
sick.
You did?
Adam has been blocked on Letterboxd by me.
That's such a cowardly thing to do.
It feels great.
Unblock me. Please. I gotta see.
See, you are the pedophile, and Adam is the kid in the basement.
See, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Please, sir.
I just want to be left alone. I'm the kid.
Why do you keep running?
I watched Disenchanted
and throwing snowballs at him all the time.
I watched Disenchanted at my parents' house on Thanksgiving.
He didn't rate it.
And I didn't give it a rating. I was just like, yeah, it was on. It's not even really a movie. It's just nothing.
It is. I mean, it counts. Why not?
So
he didn't rate it. And I was like, what, are you scared to rate it? Tell us what you really think. And
it's just like, this guy's annoying. I'm just going to block him.
Your friend, one of your oldest friends.
Oldest.
I also realized the moment of when I started hating Adam, when it all turned. We were hanging out with my roommate, Maddie Samita. We're all hanging out. And then Adam, I think I mentioned American Werewolf in London, or someone did, and Adam was like, "Oh, that movie sucks." And I was just like, "Oh, I
did not say that.
This guy's a real dummy." He said that movie sucked and it was boring.
No, I didn't.
Probably is.
And I was like,
I don't have that opinion about that movie, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You said that, and it was just like, that was the first time but then it like,
the first time you really saw Adam.
And then you're like, I'm going to be friends with this guy for 10 years after this.
It's like, wish I could block this guy. You know what I'm saying?
You can't block people in real life.
Yeah, you can.
I guess you get a restraining order.
Just shoot him.
Or you shoot him.
The ultimate blocking.
You just got blocked. Pow.
Ow. I can still see you.
Unblock me and don't shoot in Letterboxd, and don't shoot me in real life.
All right, if you guys had to steal a kid and keep him in your basement for pedophile reasons, what would be your type?
It's an interesting question, right? If you had to answer,
you have to answer.
You have to answer. You can't.
Boy or girl?
Never do that.
So yeah, we can start there. Boy or girl, tall, little. Adam, you start. William, you go next. Make sure you're recording.
I feel like Ryan, you should answer this.
Boy,
first.
Asian. Girl, Latino.
Really?
Okay.
Don't you already have that Filipino family in your wall?
I'm
yeah,
just
hey,
I can answer
in that family.
I can answer the question. Well, the boy is Filipino's kind of the perfect mix of Asian and Latino.
That's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
When you think about it.
All right. Me, I prefer white children. So
my answer would be I would kill myself before I would do that if I had to.
That's you say you can't. It can't be your answer.
Because I'm not a pedophile. I'm not a creep, you weirdos.
You just said that couldn't be your answer.
Wow.
I wish I thought of that, Ryan. God damn it.
Dude. You always know the right answer.
Guys, you guys are sick. Give me a question. I'll always know the right. Ryan knows right.
Okay.
Give me a question. Challenge me.
If you had to kidnap a child, where would you go to kidnap him? Because in the movie he goes to a go-kart racing place because he realizes the kid is lonely because at Christmas he gets a Christmas gift and it's just like a really creepy drawing of like, I guess him and the kid, or I don't know. It's hard to tell if one's an adult or one's a child. And he realizes the kid's lonely and
no. Oh, I thought he was drawing a picture of his parents.
Oh yeah, I couldn't tell. It's so plain and weird. But anyway, he goes to a go-kart racing place. He's trying to get another kid. He's talking to the kids. There's a great shot where he's walking and then he's talking to a kid and the kid's like aloof and dumb.
Yeah, he got the kid all the way almost to the fucking woods.
Yeah, and then you hear
holding hands. Oh.
Then you hear the dad off screen and he's like, "Philip, what are you doing? Get over here." And then the kid runs back and then he just keeps walking.
He doesn't turn back at all.
He doesn't even flinch. Yeah.
He doesn't even say bye.
Well, no,
he doesn't even give his name and address.
Yeah.
Come back. Here's my number.
Like, hey, it was nice talking to you. Just kind of rude, basic rudeness.
He almost got that kid, though. He almost got that kid. That kid. That's what I'm saying. Parents should watch this. Like, keep your kids on a leash. Why is your kid? Train them better. Why are they freaking running off with strangers?
Yeah, if the kid was on a leash, it wouldn't have happened.
I think you got to give them the freedom because it's like if they get kidnapped, then they weren't good kids.
It's ultimately their fault.
That's fair.
They say don't blame the victim, but it's like, should we?
What were they wearing? Yeah.
Yeah. What's this? Exactly.
Moses.
Was the little kid asking for it?
It's usually,
So
So he doesn't get that kid. So he comes back, and what does he say to the? What's his excuse? Because they built a whole bunk bed and everything.
he says like, "Oh, the agency said the kid can't come today." He has like this weird like cover story. I guess he told the kid that he was going to get the kid from like an adoption agency or something.
Yeah, he's bummed.
Also, there's a couple other things going on that are in the details that are fun to talk about. Like when they're setting up the Christmas tree, he goes like, "Why don't you do it this time?" And then you're like, "Oh, how many Christmases have they had together?" Or like,
oh yeah.
And then like the kid writes a letter to his parents or something, and he puts it in this box, and there's like a shit ton of letters.
There's a full shoebox full. Yeah, that's like at least 100.
And then he taunts the kid because I guess he tells the kid, "I'll send it to your parents," but then he taunts the kid and is like, "Your parents don't want you. They don't even miss you." And the kid's like crying.
This guy's a jerk.
He's probably had the kid for years. That's my
yeah. Well, and there's a scene where he's watching the news, and it was a news story about so and so many thousand kids have gone missing. And he was like freaking out. He got like scared, so he turned the TV.
I guess
off.
the kid watches TV downstairs too.
Yeah.
So he was worried the
And
kid
he
could be
ran
singing.
down and turned the electricity.
The power. Yeah, hit the breaker and turned all the power off in his house.
So that kid doesn't see it. He's watching like Dateline or whatever. It's like that kid's not watching that, dude. He's watching cartoons. He's a kid. He's watching Cars.
He should have kidnapped you, Adam. You would have been a good buddy for the kid.
Adam just
I can
steps in,
appreciate
a full-grown man steps in like, "Hey, nice digs. I got top." He goes, "I got top bunk."
Pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
What time's dinner?
You have Disney Plus?
Okay, if you were to get kidnapped,
oh yeah,
what would it need to be? And would it pizza, candy? What would be your hook?
Pizza and candy.
Your bait.
Fucking baby, dude.
You're 10 years old, man. Okay,
yeah, Adam is imagining real. Oh yeah, now.
No, even
Adam, 10 years old. I see.
Yeah,
Pizza. I'm not a fucking baby. I like hot dogs.
You got hot dogs in that van? All right, I'll check it out.
Okay, give me some chili cheese dogs.
We get these like mailers from like fast food places of coupons, and they're like Wiener Schnitzel will send these like full glossy mailers, and it's like 8 hot dogs or 8 chili dogs or 8 corn dogs, $8.
Oh, the family meal.
And it's just
Family
or like
plan.
Take it in to redeem it. It's just like the door opens into like a white windowless van. The storefront.
Got me again.
Yeah.
I got
when,
you.
when are you in a situation where you're like, guys, you want to get 8 corn dogs? It's just like 8. Even if it's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people.
Even if it's 8 people.
Eating more than one corn dog is like an insane proposition.
I knew a guy at Target when I worked there.
No, I doubt that.
Maybe the palest, grossest person I've ever seen. He told me that he would go to McDonald's on the 25-cent burger day and just buy like 12 of them and put them in the freezer and then just pop them in the microwave.
Disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting.
He doesn't even have to put them in the freezer, honestly.
He probably
the McDonald's burger thing. They don't.
And that's all
decay.
he eats.
He would just go crazy. And he loved wrestling and talked about it.
This guy sounds like he's party animal.
Sounds like he's probably got diabetes.
He looked gross and unhealthy. Really gross.
This was your friend?
No, it was a guy I was disgusted by. That would be in the break room.
And then you stayed friends with him for 10 years after that? You seem to do that with people that you hate.
Big old grossies.
If you really hate them.
All right.
What about that one scene
where I gotta go to the
where
bathroom? You guys keep talking.
I'm gonna go actually see if I've got a beer or something.
Okay. I'll just go. It's okay. So there's that one scene where the guy shows the little kid his dick. He's watching, and we see it too. He's watching some movie, and it's like rape movie. It's one of it's an old William movie. It'd be like William. You could definitely easily picture William sitting on his couch watching the same movie, where the guy, he hears the audio of the guy going, "Do you want I got my dick out and my knife out. Which one do you want inside of you?" Or something like that. That's like what he hears. Kind of, that is just a normal line of dialogue in the 70s. But so he goes and he's like, he's like watching that laughing like William would do. And the next scene, he's eating dinner with his kid. Not his kid, the kid he's keeping prisoner. But they're at the table eating dinner like they do every night. And he's thinking about that scene. And he's like, hey, I should do this to the kid. He'll think it's really funny because I've been raping him and stuff. So he stands up and says, which do you want? My penis or the knife? He pulls his dick out and the kid goes, the knife. And then the guy's like, feels like, ashamed. And he puts his dick away. And
he got heckled. He wasn't expecting to get heckled that hard. But that kid,
he thought the kid would be like, what? Oh my God.
And they show this in the same shot.
Like, I don't give a fuck anymore, dude. You suck.
They do that all in the same shot. And
they do that in the same shot. This to me is the only bad scene in the movie, honestly. I don't think they should have included this scene.
Because
it's funny.
It looks fake. Because they do, they show it in like one unbroken wide shot where the guy's on one side of the table and the kid's on the other side of the table. Obviously they filmed this. It'd be funny if they did. I don't know. They're like, they didn't think of doing the split screen thing. They just shot it this way. No, but they obviously filmed it at different times. And it's just the performance is weird. It just feels.
I thought it was.
Well, the other thing is the movie
good.
He's watching seems dumb. So it starts dumb. And then it just is like, well, it doesn't seem like a thing he would actually do.
Yeah. What did he expect the kid to say? The kid's already being like, hey, this sucks, dick. He's like fighting, like he's becoming aggressive because he's getting older and stuff. And he's being like, this is bullshit. I hate this pedophile.
It also says a lot about how annoying and dumb he is as a character.
The guy?
Michael, yeah.
Yeah, he's a dud, dude. I don't know. He's always eating. He's like Brad Pitt in the Ocean's movies.
He has a big ass.
Really? I didn't catch that.
A huge ass.
I wasn't checking out the pedophile's ass.
He has a big fat ass and he has a little head on top.
William with the ass watch.
Little jeans.
Well, he just sits around and watches TV all day.
I know what William means.
Yeah, he's like a gross, like
and
Austrian
then he sits around at work
guy. Yeah, he's very bored. This guy's a bad hang.
He's a loser.
I think it's safe to say. He's not like charming anyone. He just, people are like, hey, let's talk. I'm talking to you. You're my guy.
He probably gave Frozen 3.5 stars.
That's a fair rating, honestly. If he did, that'd be the first thing that he did that I agree with.
It's like
Frozen's good, dude, too. Gets a lot of hate.
You need to watch real movies, dude.
I do watch movies, you fucking idiot. I have a child. Do you know what it's like to have you? Well, you don't, but so it's okay. But
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Besides the Filipino kid besides behind the Gummo poster
in your basement,
a real son or daughter.
Why don't you just show your kid like
he's got a cat?
Just show him like Nope or something. Just let him have a real cinematic experience. Like a PG, I guess Spielberg movie. War Horse. What about War Horse? That's appropriate.
No, I don't want him to see violence.
Close Encounters.
Right now. He's 2 years old.
E.T. Show your kid E.T.
Yeah,
a movie you haven't even seen. Now you can watch it.
Maybe we'll watch that.
Yeah, watch Bambi with him.
Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Kids no, that one's scary.
Easy.
My Pet Monster.
No, these are all shitty movies from our childhood. Nobody is interested in that except for man children like you.
Man children. Dun dun dun. A pedophile's worst nightmare. Man child.
It's like Seth Rogen in the basement.
Dun, hey, dun, 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 dun. I'm a child, but in a man's body. You try and touch this butthole. He has the physical strength of a normal average man. A pedophile's worst nightmare. Man child.
That's cool. Anyway,
goo goo gaga. I'm 3 years old.
Yeah, that scene is I thought that was a miss for me.
Worst scene in the movie. I agree.
Yeah.
Did you want to?
It just didn't work. That
Did you
split
want
screen.
You wanted a close up of the wiener?
Yeah. I was like, why is this a wide shot? Let's get in there.
He's always eating
Or
gross
you-
sausages.
See it
also,
in IMAX. Close up.
eats
Well,
like-
that's probably
IMAX,
just
yeah.
a cultural thing. It's just like mashed foods and gravy.
nah,
like
it's
the
gross.
Angst guy.
Austria has better food. I mean, he never eats anything good. There's another scene in the movie where he has like a fun little prank that works better, where he has like a bucket of snowballs that he gets.
Oh, this one was funny. This scene was
and he
funny.
opens the door and he's throwing snowballs at the kid and he's laughing
so
and then
aggressively.
and then he throws like an entire bucket of snow at the kid, like he's Doink in the WWE. And then he runs upstairs and then he sees a coworker from work, and he's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "What are you doing? What's so funny?" And he's because she had mentioned earlier in the movie that she's like, "Oh, my uncle lives across
She's
the
into
street
him
from
too.
you."
She's fallen under this charm, this pedophile's charm.
Yeah, she thinks he's cool, and
Also,
wants to get to know him.
she's a pretty bosomy lady. I think that's that's casting up. That's
Yeah, but
specific
how does
casting to be
this-
like this is a very
those bosom-
feminine woman.
Those bosoms didn't protect her ass from getting pushed down.
Yeah.
He pushes her and kicks her out of the house. He's like, "Get out of
He, like,
here! No one wants you
Literally
here."
Assaults her. Get off.
I
my
wish this
property,
paid
whatever.
off. I wish
He
this
did just
had a-
walk into his house though.
I know, but I wish you saw him at work or something. Because the next thing that
Yeah.
happens is he gets promoted because he's been like he's talking to the manager, and he gets promoted
I
at
thought he
work.
got fired.
No, they promoted him, and he became like manager, and he's now wearing like a suit and tie, and he's like the boss. And there's like a party, and he's like giving people like
Oh.
schnapps. He's giving people like hors d'oeuvres, and he's like he loves working, and he's basically a bug man. He's like a guy who just goes to work. He's an insurance guy. His job is
He's a
really
little
boring, and he
boring
just is
loser.
like
What's a bug man though?
a bug man is like
It's like an insect brain.
it's like an internet thing where it's a guy who is like a goober, just works in tech in cities. It's like what like 4chaners, they hate guys in like cities who make money and then just buy stupid shit and live
Okay.
like
It's like
they're
an ant.
ants. They're like a drone.
Yeah.
It's like an
yeah.
NPC kind of. It's just like a bug man. And so this guy is living a consumerist lifestyle too. Like he has no creativity. He has no.
Being in the suburbs, like I feel like definitely sounds like some of the people I live around, which is chilling.
Yeah,
Like-
man. Look up the sex register thing.
I did, and there was a dude in like a house that was better than mine.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Well, you
Multiple
live in
serial-
you live in a shed.
Like level
It's
4
like-
sex offender. I
it's
was like,
like
what
a-
the fuck? Why does this guy have such a good view?
It's like a Mexican guy living in like a hovel. Just like a
Shed
like
is,
it's a-
the hovel is
like
one
it's
step
a-
up from a shed.
like a cement.
No, it was a good
Building.
house, trust me. 2 floors, garage underneath, good view.
Plenty of
Ocean.
Illegal
plenty
View of the
of
ocean.
space for some kids.
When I lived in Silver Lake and I would look up Megan's Law in my neighborhood, it was just so many guys, like so many Mexican guys, like so many, just like an overwhelming, just red
The
sea,
whole
like
neighborhood was red.
grid just covered everywhere. There's so many of those guys in LA.
And there was a
And
little
they're whole-
dot
and
that
they're-
wasn't red, and it was William. And he was like,
And these
"What?"
aren't like low crimes, like these are
Yeah.
hardcore, serious, like
Rape and shit.
rape and underage, just like endless guys
Any-
in LA.
out here. When I looked, every single one of them in my area was born in the 50s, by the way. I don't know what that means. If there's like a lead thing, something, but
Hmm.
a lot of old ones where you're just like, God
But
damn.
you're saying boomers are all boomers are pedophiles
That's what I'm saying.
or sex offenders?
Yeah. Especially Kevin County.
Hey,
He's a
That's
boomer, isn't
rude.
he?
It's rude.
He's a boomer.
he's not.
He's Gen X.
My dad's a millennial.
Oh, cool.
That'd be
Oh,
tough.
yeah, because you're Gen Y. Okay, that makes sense.
My dad's only 10 years older than me.
He had you when he was 10?
He's 43. He's about to be 44. Yeah.
Busted? That's cool.
No, Ryan was born a man child. He was born 18 years
I
old.
was man child.
Oh.
Did you have the strength of a
Your
man?
origin.
I have the strength of a slightly weaker than average 30-year-old man.
What about that scene where the guy, Michael, where he goes down and I think it's after he gets this promotion, he's like feeling himself and stuff, and he goes down and he like lays on the bed. He's like, hold on, the kid.
Yeah, I'll get in that van, but put that candy away. I'll need a cigar. Man child.
Okay.
What a cool character.
You still get in the van.
It's like
But
Don
for a
Draper as a
cigar.
kid. It's like in a suit, drink scotch.
He's only 3 years old, but in the body of a man. Pedophile's worst nightmare.
He's at
Oh, yeah,
school.
I'm
He's
gonna
just got
write
like
this.
he's got like a folded up newspaper, pack of cigarettes, just patting them in class, like, teach. Yeah.
You got like an electric shaver.
4 + 4 is 9. I don't know. I'm 3. Give me a light. Man child. And then he smokes a cig, flicks a cig at the teacher.
He's like, honey, can I get a refill in this coffee? Thanks, doll. It's in the
Hey,
teacher's lounge.
teach. I pooped in my diaper.
Yeah. Why don't you change it?
It's
Why don't
big.
you change
I
it?
need
It's
it.
really
Do it,
big.
Jen. I need you to
do it
change
real slow like. Man child.
But yeah, what about
What do
that
you
one
expect me
scene?
to what do you expect me to fit in the back seat of this van? Damn. I'm too big. Man child. He's just too big.
That doesn't
All
stop
right,
any
I'm done.
crimes. He just gets raped. And he's
Well,
a
it's just a
full-grown man.
pedophile's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a man, it's not a child. They're like, what the fuck?
But it
What's the
is a
point of even
child, though.
doing
It's
this?
like the
'Cause it's-
paradox. Exactly. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
paradox they can't wrap their head around.
Yeah, it fucks them up emotionally and mentally.
Well, because they want to try and molest him, but they can't because he's just the same size. And all these pedophiles are losers, weak nerds.
Yeah.
Come on, not all of
Cowards.
them. Some of them are
Even if you
great
got
artists.
muscles, even if you have muscles.
R. Kelly's a nerd. Come on.
Yep.
I think an American
that's not
remake
the
where it's R. Kelly would be
opinion
good.
of the podcast. Oh yeah. And
I'd
it's
love to
Aaliyah. Aaliyah is the boy.
Hey,
The
now
whole thing. Just
She was a child bride, Aaliyah. But
you're
you know,
thinking of Queen of the Damned.
right. Yes, that's true.
You're thinking of the plot to Queen of the Damned.
That's true. Well, what about the scene where he's laying on the kid's bed and he's like rubbing his dick and stuff?
And his sidekick, Child Man. It's a
Oh man, it's such a
It's a
looks like a child.
75-year-old trapped in the body of a 3-year-old infant. Hey, what the fuck? I'm in a baby's body.
Is that Child Man?
That. He doesn't get
That's
used
Child
to it at
Man.
all.
It's sidekick.
This is a new Pixar movie.
What the fuck?
Child Man.
What the fuck? I feel like I'm missing half the bones I had a minute ago.
Sounds like a Boss Baby spinoff.
It's
That's another movie we watched. I watched at your house, really. The opening. We watched like the exact same amount of time as Boss Baby as we did Michael.
The opening to Boss Baby is nuts. I couldn't believe like they couldn't even establish the premise, and I was so confused. I didn't even understand what the hell was going on.
Takes a lot
I've
of
never seen
narrative
it. Wait, he's a
lift
he's
to
a
get
boss
to
baby. What are you talking
where a
about?
baby is a boss. Like you have
It's
to
Alec
man-
Baldwin.
that's like an
I
up.
think-
You have to like do like a whole lifetime of backstory in 10 minutes kind of thing.
It's called world building. Yeah, that's the job of a writer.
Yeah,
What
the
about
world
instead of
building Boss
Up?
Baby is great.
It was called Down, and it's just a guy with Down syndrome.
Flying in a flying in a
And
balloon.
he's
Putting
grumpy.
balloons on his house.
I think I messed up and I put the balloons on the bottom.
So like live action.
So the balloons are hanging down and it's pulling them down instead of floating up.
Hmm. Well, that's not how balloons
Oh, yeah.
work, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, dude, it's a
Because it's
Pixar.
down.
It's a bit, bro.
I'm
know,
trying to go
but
down,
up.
and all the balloons are upside down, and they can't.
It's
You can't they
reinventing
go
how
up.
balloons
I
work.
mean, I
That's
put the
really-
balloons on the bottom upside down. I miss my
It's the
wife.
guy with Down syndrome, and you just put 100 balloons on him, and he flies away.
No, and
Help. He's in the air flying, no house, just a guy with 100 balloons. It's a nationwide man, like,
They're trying to
rescue
help him.
operation. Yeah.
what would it be called?
You got to
if
pop
it
just
was-
the right amount, so that he drops delicately.
Right. You don't want to do too much, and you have a death on your hands of a person, a special needs person. That's no good. You could see how this plot would kind of write itself with like
kind of
That'd
writes
be-
itself.
kind of
They haven't done a sequel, so Pixar, if you're looking for a sequel to Up, feel
Yeah.
free to use that premise.
Down.
It'd be cool if the whole movie was animation.
If you thought the chromosomes were off in the first one,
that's the
No
pitch.
one did. No one did. Right. No one had any
That
issue
wasn't-
with the chromosomes in the first one.
I thought there was too many of them.
It'd be cool if the whole movie was CGI, but it's just one guy with Down syndrome shot on a green screen, just like Tim and Eric style animation.
Yeah.
One of those
Composited
morph
in.
suits. Yeah. If anybody's at Pixar is listening and you're interested in this idea, please
Shout out.
hit us up. Just shout us out. Credits after you make it.
Like and subscribe. Comment down below.
What about
Pixar.
a version of Ratatouille that's just a guy with Down syndrome and he puts a rat on his head and tries to cook and stuff.
Look at how excited.
He just goes to Wiener Schnitzel. He doesn't even want to cook. 7 corn dogs.
Eight corn dogs. The rat wants 8 corn dogs.
You have
Yeah,
a rat
something
on your
like
head,
that.
sir.
He goes, I'll take 2 corn dogs. Ow. I'm sorry. 8 corn dogs.
Yeah. The rat is
He's
getting
being-
the
clearly
corn dogs
being
also. He's ordering
controlled.
the corn dogs.
The rat just refuses to leave. It's just digging its claws into his scalp. And he's like, ow.
Feed me the dogs.
Yeah.
Feed me the meat of the dogs. That's what the rat's
Damn.
whispering in his ear.
What if in Michael he was retarded and the kid was just like, God, I hate
He
this
is.
guy."
I would say pedophilia is a form of mental illness.
Or he just had a retarded guy in his
Interesting
basement.
take, Ryan.
I believe it is because it's not genetically like primally. It's not
What do you think it is?
conducive for a species. It's 100% a mental illness.
Like yeah, it's not like a genetic.
And like a
you're saying it's not
disease.
genetic.
It's a flaw. I don't
What
know
about
why or how
alcoholism?
it could be. Yeah, that's also no, that makes sense because numbing and survival are primal and
That's a cool rat.
I'm just trying to numb, but no,
But-
pedophilia is definitely a fucking gross disease, and I don't think it lets it. People make choices doing it, but
It exists in nature,
To be-
right?
to
Don't
be
other
sexually-
animals, like lots of animals,
to
have
be
sex with their own
sexually
kids and
attracted-
stuff.
but to be sexually
What?
attracted to
Like
that
who?
is not beneficial to the evolution of the
Dogs.
species.
What? Never heard about
Yeah,
this.
it's a flaw. There's mental illness in dogs too, man.
I've never heard about a dog actually doing this. So
I'll show you a couple that do. Trust me.
he's like,
Whereas
I got some
whereas-
ideas ready to go.
What if I was like, I'm going to take you guys on a little tour of some of the nastiest dog fucking in the neighborhood? And I just drive around. I'm like, all right, let's just park here for a minute. Give you like binoculars. I'm like, check out that house. And there's just like 2 dogs banging in the backyard. I'm like, look at them go. Nasty
But like
bitches.
American Psycho style, one of the dogs is like flexing in the in a mirror. Oh,
Yeah.
this is too much for Adam. He's got to go.
He's
Adam's
wandering
going-
away like
he's-
an old man. I think I think it's his cat. He's trying not to step on his cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, I hated that scene he was trying to bring up where they're cleaning the whole place because he was sick. After the kid survives getting sick, and then he's like sitting on the bed and he's grabs at his junk. That's like was just too graphic. Like we don't need to see that shit.
There's this movie called Capturing the Freedmans, and it's about he's like this family of accused pedophiles, and there's a scene where it's a documentary, and the
Oh, okay.
father is it the father describing or someone is describing what someone said to them, but they were like, they were visiting them in prison, the lawyers, and they were talking to him. And then the guy was like, hey, I can't concentrate right now because like on another table, someone else had their 3-year-old son and they were bouncing him on his leg. And he was just like, I can't concentrate right now. It's just like, that kid is like way too attractive. Like, I'm way too attracted to that child. And it's like that moment
fucking creepy
was like one of that like, to use Adam's term, chilling. That was like one of the most chilling things I'd ever seen in a documentary, because it was like, I never thought of it like that before. I never thought of it like, oh, these are like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like a mental illness. Yeah, it's like a illness.
It's like
dude.
They can't even. We're talking about capturing the Friedmans.
Okay.
When he's like, oh, I can't concentrate right now. That kid is like in my peripheral vision. I can't do lawyer talk. And
that's the one where he like seduces the whole family.
No.
Okay.
This is the one with computer
I just saw
programmers in like Long Island.
I just saw this like Vice interview thing where similar chilling situation where the guy was talking about human trafficking and child trafficking specifically. And this dude was in Peru, and he used to be like a British comedian or something. You probably know what the show is.
Jimmy Savile?
If I could think of it. Probably.
Oh yeah.
And
like the old guy. Yeah.
He's old and kind of buff, bald.
Well,
whatever.
He's Jimmy Savile's dead, so maybe it's not him.
No, whatever. This is kind of recent. And he's over in
another one
Peru, wherever. He's talking to this dude who's got a mask on. And this guy is a human trafficker, a child trafficker. And just one of the guys, part of the cog of the whole thing, just a worker. And the guy was like, so he goes, so what? So what do you do if the kids like are out of line or are sick or fight back or whatever? And he's like, well, that doesn't happen that often, but we just kill them. And the guy goes, okay, so could you tell me, in the 10 years you've been doing this, how many kids would you say you've killed? And the guy goes, oh, like 400 or 500. And then the dude immediately, when he said 100, I thought he was going to say like 4 or 5 kids. Is that mass murder? Is that serial killer? That's fucking insane. This little tiny Peruvian dude just admitted to killing about 500 children. And the guy goes, all right, this interview's done. I got to go. I'm going to beat this guy to death if I don't leave right. And he like he ended the interview because he wanted to fight the guy. They had to like pull him away.
Oh yeah, I'm getting pissed right now just hearing it.
But the Peruvian guy was confused, and he was just talking about guinea pigs.
I gotta find.
Yeah, it was just a miscommunication, and he's like, "What? He takes his ski mask off. I thought, are we not talking about guinea pigs?
They keep guinea pigs on the roofs of their huts, and they eat them all the time in Peru.
There's another one interview with this guy where these 2 old dudes pulled a rifle on him, and they tried to rob him and his camera crew, and he just pinches the bullet. Like he grabs he's holding water in his hand, and he goes, "Are you gonna fucking kill me? Is that what you're doing right now?" And he just moves the barrel aside, and he like gets in this guy's face, and he's got 4 guys pointing guns at his face, and he's just like, if you're gonna kill me, kill me. Like, are you gonna kill me or what? And then they all just start laughing, and they put their guns down.
What is this?
And then they high-fived and hugged because he was interviewing about illegal drug shit or whatever. Some Vice. It's like a Vice type.
Human trafficking in Peru.
I don't know if it was Peru, but
that's fucked up.
It's probably Florida.
If you're a human trafficker out there, please unsubscribe.
Fuck off, dude.
Don't listen to this podcast. It's not for you.
Yeah, we don't need that kind of.
We don't need that kind of
money. Listener.
Hey, if you're Peruvian, forget it. Just unsubscribe right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like that kind.
Yeah. Pedos, get out of here, please.
Honestly, if you're just a normal person, you're listening to this, just get the fuck out.
If you're chill.
Yeah.
If you're chill,
if you're normal, or if you're normal, stop listening to this podcast.
Scoot.
Yeah.
Scoot on.
Scoot.
Pixar. Now that it's just you and us. Pixar. We got some pitches for
The
you.
adults who like children's movies. Those are the only people left listening.
If you work for DreamWorks, fuck off. We don't like Shrek.
Eat shit and die.
Yeah, I don't like Shrek.
Ooh,
I don't appreciate the ending of Shrek. I don't like it.
If you work for DreamWorks, why don't you just kill yourself?
Why don't you make my dream work and kill
Blow
yourself?
me.
Yeah.
And
No,
blow
why don't
me.
you make my dream work and make it so I don't have to eat food?
Food is good. I just had a breakfast burrito. It was amazing. You should get stuff like that, Ryan. Are you eating that
Yeah,
anyway?
it's fine.
Have you
It's
ever had-
amazing.
Have you experienced the wonder of a breakfast burrito, Ryan?
Have you experienced
heard of
3 days without eating food?
That's more.
No.
That sounds like you're kind of on like a spiritual journey at that point. I feel
I'm
like.
telling you. Yeah. I guess
your secret?
liquor counts.
You should do a one-man show, Drunk Jesus.
Okay.
And you're just like
I just
You're
keep
ju-
drinking wine. Like the whole thing is I just get
a little water to wine.
I just keep doing that bit over and over.
And you just
Like every other in between every little 1 minute, I just drink a whole glass of wine. So by like 30 minutes in, I'm just fucking drunk.
Like every one man show, like Nanette or
I'll tell you,
you end it with going, "He raped me. They raped me."
I've told you the material I've been working on right now is all about fucking God. It's all religious based. And I got about
you
5 minutes on
fucking
it.
God.
Having sex with him.
Cool.
Yeah, it's provocative.
Did you know that God so
That's
loved the
shocking
earth?
stuff.
Did you know that
I'm
God so loved the
I'm a
earth
shock
that
jock.
he sacrificed his only man child?
Man child.
He's crucified.
No, I don't want to. No, I don't want no fucking Capri Sun. Give me the.
Yes,
You
I
know who
believe
my
in man.
father is.
Give me the wine. You know who my dad is. You know who my father is.
I've accepted man child into my heart. I'm
You know
going to
what? I ain't
heaven.
even gonna bring my. I ain't even gonna bring my uncle into my
Hold
dad
on,
into the mix. I'm gonna bring my uncle, the Holy Spirit.
I got a new prayer from Adam Bowers. Turns out this guy wants a kite for Christmas. All
Oh.
right. Well, we'll put that on your we'll put that on your Christmas list this year, boy. Santa, give him a kite.
Pretty
Can we get
funny.
a- can we
We're
get a kite
cutting
going
that out,
here?
but it's pretty funny.
We're not cutting it out.
We're kiting it out.
Yes, we are.
Then we're not releasing the episode.
I'm gonna be so pissed off.
You have to convince Adam to go with the episode, Ryan.
I'm gonna convince either of y'all.
We've talked about
What did
this.
I
We have
even
to have
say?
boundaries.
What are the boundaries? Because I didn't read. I saw you wrote rules in
Look,
the thing.
I'm sorry. You wanted a kite so badly. You wanted a kite so badly, and you said I even made it work. What's the meaning of the tale? What did we learn about this guy?
Don't trust your fucking neighbors. Don't trust your coworkers if they look like a pedophile. If they look, I hate to say this.
What?
Don't, because I hate to go against don't judge a book by its cover, but honestly, there's some books you can judge by their cover. Like if you see this, if I saw this guy and he wasn't talking to
Wow.
anybody, he was going around and he was all weird at the office party, handing out because he was annoying his coworker. There was red flags all over the place, but people just weren't paying attention to him.
Ryan, this
a real Dahmer
method of police
situation.
work has been tried before and it has led to terrible results.
Well, I'm saying human beings, parents, judge
It has
people.
led to
Don't let your kids
many-
walk away with strangers.
Many ruined societies.
Well, then
But
I changed
hey-
my then
But-
you know what? I changed my opinion. I regret saying ACAB all those times. I'm back to blue now.
Now you get it. But if you're a woman and you're kind of hook up with a guy and he can't get his dick hard, he's probably a pedophile. You should
Was that a that was
Don't
that
say
a
that, don't
Call
say
the
that to our
cops. Call the
listeners. That's
cops on
upsetting.
him.
that was like blue
That's upsetting.
collar.
That's
That was,
upsetting to our listeners.
If you
take that back.
hooking up, if you
If you're
hooking
hooking
up
up
with
with a
a
man and he can't get his dick hard, you
Here's the
he
lesson.
might be a pedophile.
The lesson is if you keep a kid in your basement or anyone in your basement, don't give him a water boiler because at the end of the movie, the guy opens the door and the little kid throws a hot pot of boiling water in his face, burning his face horribly.
like potentially blinding him.
Yeah, and then he tries to drive himself to the hospital and crashes his car and dies.
Like he flips that bitch.
I love that scene because it looks so good when the car crashes. You know,
both
that's
of the
a real
car
stunt.
accidents were great. Both of the first time he got hit by the car, was that real too?
It had a weird CGI kind of look to it.
It looked CGI-y, but it came out of
cool
nowhere
and good.
It looked good.
If it was real.
That's why, because I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Okay.
It didn't hold up to my eyes, but I guess it's sudden. It's well directed. It's good timing.
We call him William Eye of Sauron Gomez. What's your last name?
Mendoza.
Yeah, it was close enough.
It's not Gomez. So yeah, don't keep a boiling pot of water in your child's basement.
He was so smart about it. He's very meticulously checking his boxes.
Kinda. He let the kid have a lot of free range, even though he left him in there for days at a time.
So at the end of the movie, his mother, after the funeral, searches the house and opens the basement door, and then the movie cuts to black. Do you think the kid survived? Or do you think the kid's dead?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the last time we see the kid in there with the boiling water, he's eating the cake. You see the shelf is full of food. There's still running water. He's fine. He might have been living in the dark.
This kid is
plenty of food.
Living, and then he grows up and he's a snowboarder now.
He had plenty of food. He had a flashlight. How long? I was thinking that though. How long is from death to funeral to cleaning out the house? Is that 2 weeks?
A week?
A week, maybe? Yeah, he's totally fine. I bet he could have survived a month in there.
He has water.
But we don't know what happened because the guy goes in there and pushes him down like really hard. Off camera.
I think he's fine because he's so injured he can't really do anything. I think also the fact that the kid fought back, I imagine he survived and is okay.
Yeah, I think he's alive. If anything, he might be malnourished on the floor. I think he's alive.
Be cool if the
this
first
kid's
thing
been through a lot. We don't need to put on and add a thing where he's dead.
It'd be cool if he raped the mom as revenge.
It might be, honestly, I hate to say this, but it might be
to teach him a lesson.
That I was gonna say it might be better that the kid dies because these things are contagious. Like,
then he becomes a pedophile. Yeah,
literally, that's how that works.
I'd love a sequel.
The trauma's too much, man. The trauma's too much.
I think you're right, Ryan. I think it's safe to kind of root for the kid being dead.
He's dead, and then he's got some weird disease too.
Dead.
Or he survives, but they have to put his consciousness into average sized man's body.
Really?
And that's the origin. That's the origin story for man-child.
Oh yeah, man-child.
He's finally in an unmolested body.
Ooh.
So what's our rating?
5'2", 322-pound, 30-year-old
Who's the ideal audience for this movie? Who do you recommend this movie for?
Weinstein, Epstein, Woody Allen, R. Kelly, William, various other pedophiles.
We're gonna really dig the pedophile part.
When I saw
this is pedophiles Joker.
When I saw this movie afterwards, I was kind of like, okay, I guess that was kind of what I thought it was going to be. But then the next day I was like, you know what? I think I like this movie a lot more. Like this movie, except for that one scene where he pulls his dick out and it looks fake and they're doing the split screen thing.
Mm-hmm. They could have done it a lot. They could have just changed the angle on that, put the kid like softly in the foreground, and it would have looked a lot better. The scene could have worked. Just didn't shoot it right, in my opinion.
Yeah, it didn't need to be in there. It was kind of funny though, and it shows the kid is ready to fight back, so there is some structure to it, plot structure. But
for me, I give it 4 stars. It's a good movie. It's enjoyable. It's funny.
I give it a 3.5 if you watch it at 1.5 speed, which I.
Oh, what?
I watched
most
of the movie at 1.5.
I'm going to give it a 3 because.
Yeah, 3 if you're watching at normal speed.
The only thing that was good about this movie was how it was, or the best part of this movie was how it was filmed and how long you sat in these everyday real time Do not watch it at 1.5. Watch it on normal on the speed it's meant to be on.
1 point.
Because I'll sit there and I'm
1.1.
like watching a guy work for
Really?
like
He doesn't.
literally.
Come on,
a
Ryan. He doesn't want
minute.
his boner to go down. He's trying to make it last. For the
Also,
entire film.
I had turned the movie off immediately because I was,
Stop saying
I'm
he when you're
finished.
talking about
I'm
yourself.
finished by 3 minutes. So it's like, what am I going to watch the rat? I never.
How many
finished the
kites
movie.
do we give the movie? How many kites?
Oh, 5 out of 5 kites.
5
I'd give
red
up 2
kites.
kids.
5.
I'd give up twins. I'd give up twins for this.
How many man children would you trade?
1 man child and a child man.
What does man child give the movie? He watched it, right?
He goes, I want to watch Cars
He's got good taste.
because he's a child. He's 3 in the body of a man.
Look, this movie, if you like horror movies, it kind of fits into that realm of horror movie.
I think if it was like, because it's directed kind of like flatly and like subjectively,
Yeah.
like, which I understand. It's like kind of because it like then it like brings out like the domesticness of all the scenes. and,
feels
like, the
real.
ordinariness. But if it was shot more like immersively in like his point of view or the kid's point of view, you could like really mine a lot of horror and stuff.
What are you
out of it,
talking
but
about?
it's not.
His
But that's
point,
kind of the
his
point
point
of,
of
the movie.
view is he's a
But-
pedophile.
It's more of a character study. Because like, then you would have to make his like ski trip like really fun and exciting and like,
No,
Cool
yeah.
montage and stuff.
yeah.
He's like banging the waitress and he's having like a 3. He's
it's like White
no
Lotus. He's
problem.
like, there's like beautiful shots of like the resort.
Yeah, why can't it be
he's
more?
doing he's doing
why can't it
tricks
show
off the slopes.
the bright side of being a pedophile?
You know, those things to get to the top of the mountain looked fun as hell.
Oh, those,
grab the
they
ski
hold
lift,
onto
they have the hook,
a
the
rope
ski
that-
hook.
and it just carries them up. It seems boring.
Well, it's shaped like
Seems
a
like it would
question
fuck
mark.
up your
You can do
skis.
it. You can do it without hands.
That does seem
It's
cool.
got
yeah.
like a hook. You sit down, you kind of sit and grab at the same time, and it pulls you up. It's sick. It's like being
Little
pulled
monkey.
up to God, dude.
You live in your regular life being a pedophile, and you're like, wait, I'm up in the.
It'd be
snow
cool if, like,
mountains.
It's like
Instead of
God
cars-
brought his big ass finger down and it curled it around you and is pulling you up this mountain just slowly.
Who,
Instead of
God?
going from car to car or like driving around a city, we just had like ropes and we just wore roller skates and they would just pull us around. And we just
That would
had
be
like
sick. I meant no
a
gas,
series of, yeah.
no oil, no pollution.
And if you want to go to like San Francisco, you have to
paradise.
do 325 miles on
You're
ropes.
just seeing people. You're just seeing people sleeping in their commute, just hanging. It's just half sitting, half standing on their rollerblades, just passed out at 6 a.m, getting to work. Business suits, their ties are just flying because these suckers, these blade hooks are going to get up to about 100 miles per hour.
If you have to get something delivered, it just is like hung on a hook and sent on to like to your house,
Like you're at Hooters.
like your Amazon
They
boxes.
swing the order down the line at
Really?
Hooters. I don't know. I've been to Hooters.
only
since
been
I
to
was
one
like-
Hooters.
That's not
since I
true.
was like 13.
No, they're delivered by beautiful, like.
No, but
curvy
they
women
do.
or
They have
whatever.
a
That's the whole
thing. I
point of
think
the
it's
restaurant.
for a birthday. They have a thing.
Dime
Where there's like a
Yeah.
gimmick thing they do there.
They have little hooks.
You don't. If it's your birthday, you don't get to see any beautiful women. You just get your meal delivered
It's-
to you on a hook.
Larry,
What if at Hooters
from,
women are
the
just hung on
dishwasher.
hooks, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
and they just come swinging out, titties
They
out.
just are, or like Beetlejuice, like that one guy.
That'd be crazy.
Just hook them and cook them.
Hooker, and
be
then it's
like-
called Hookers instead of Hooters.
Mm. Seems like less of
Wow.
a family restaurant than Hooters, but
Yeah, we're trying to keep it a family restaurant, Ryan.
yeah.
I'll take a table for one at the bar. I am an average man, not a 3-year-old inside of an average man's body. That's him trying to get into Hooters.
It makes sense that Hooters is a family restaurant because kids love
Tits.
filled tits.
They tried to
Yeah.
make an actual family friendly one called something else. It's like a pun off of Hooters.
What if it's
Literally.
just Peckers.
Yeah, it's guys with Their dicks.
No.
Dick
big
prints
dicks.
visible as they give you.
It failed immediately. They
Down syndrome
literally
guy
were
has a
trying to
coupon
start
for
like
8
a
big
Hooters for
dicks.
kids.
Corn
No.
dogs.
And the rat just trying to control him.
Yes.
I'm
Anyway,
looking
what's
up.
the next movie, Willie?
Silent Night, Deadly Night 5.
Oh, wow.
What?
I guess we'll find
Classic Christmas tale. Classic Christmas movie. Beloved. One of the great Christmas films.
out. Okay.
The director of that movie has been script supervisor on every single Tarantino movie, from Reservoir Dogs to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
So he's a great director because he failed out of directing. But he has a solid career as script supervisor for a very
Important.
A-list director. He's telling Brad Pitt, like, hey, do that line again.
Yeah.
We didn't get it.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Quentin, there were 3
Nothing to
more
be ashamed of,
N-words.
Brad.
We're down by 3 N-words. We got to get.
Yeah.
Looking at the spreadsheet
So the
here,
script supervisor on a
Quentin.
Tarantino movie does.
There's no feet scheduled for this shot. Or is that intentional, or
Yeah.
should we get somebody's feet in the frame?
You want the N-word over the feet?
Can
Gotcha.
is there any way we could get the? Yeah, Quentin said it. He's talking to his little PAs. Yep, Quentin said we're gonna get the foot to say the N-word. Yeah, so let's just make that happen. Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna make it.
Then
Just make it
lunch,
happen.
everybody. Then lunch.
Lunch and 5, and then lunch.
What
That would be
career.
awesome. So yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night 5. It's a movie I haven't watched since I was a little kid, but I liked it, and it was so fucked up I never forgot it. So I hope it's a memorable, fun movie. It's really heavy on the Christmas theme, so we're going.
Do I
hard.
need to see the first 4 to get it, or
No.
Yeah.
No. I've
Yeah,
only
you
seen the first 2.
I'm not going to know what's going on.
I'm gonna be like, what the heck? What, has the night always been silent, or did it start silent, or is this the origin, or is this the prequel, or is this the sequel, or is this the Cinco Call, or is this the
So this is the 5th Silent Night,
spin-off, or is this?
or is this the 5th Deadly Night? I'm a little confused. It's called Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker.